Merry Christmas. May not be Christmas yet, but Jeff Big Daddy Wayne here on my YouTube channel, Big Daddy Knows. And I want to tell you, I wanted to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas, and I had something very special arranged. I know a man that runs a bird farm, bird academy, and bird hospital. He's the son of the famous bird scientist, bird doctor, bird philanthropist, Elsino Larsen. I met his son, Lars Larsen. And so what I had was a bevy, and I believe they're called a bevy, not a herd, a bevy of doves to sit behind me in this tree, beautiful white doves. And Lars can hypnotize the doves, which I've watched him hypnotize many birds and one orangutan. There's a story behind that, but I don't want to talk about it now. Now, what happened is this. We've had horrible fires out here in Los Angeles and Santa Clarita and Ventura, where the bird farm is. And he brought the birds over today, the doves, but they were all covered with ash. The birds are black. He said, Jeff, what do you want to do? I said, I have good subscribers that will understand. I was making an attempt. I was trying. I was reaching out. We'll just deal with it. We'll explain to them that these are hypnotized doves, and their Christmas will become more knowledgeable, and I think it will touch them the lengths I've gone. So right now, I want to bring to you, right here, on my YouTube channel, Big Daddy Knows, Lars Larsen. Lars, step into frame, if you will.
Hey, Jeff, thank you.
I want to thank you for bringing the doves. Did you hypnotize them before you brought them or after they settled on the...
After they settled, I hypnotized them. They're in a catatonic state right now.
Okay.
They can't move, but they can still defecate.
Well, that's okay, because most of my viewers are catatonic and defecating as they watch this. Now, let me ask you another question about the doves.
Yes.
Are they a bevy, a herd, what is the right word for a pride?
A flock.
A flock.
A flock.
No fuck, it's a flock?
It's a flock. No
It's a flock.
No fucking shit.
No fucking shit. You do have a sense of humor, don't you?
A little one.
Okay. Well, I know you have a little one because I saw you 3 weeks ago.
Hey.
Now that hat you have on, you're in a Santa mood.
I'm in a Santa mood, and I'm thanking you for the hat, my Christmas present. Big Daddy bought me a Christmas
Show
present.
them the Christmas present.
He promised me that I would be getting into show business, and this is my, okay, that's enough. You'll burn a hole in it. This is my,
Your Christmas present.
my Christmas present. I'm actually getting into show business, and I think that the $10,000 I contributed to Big Daddy Knows is working so far.
I think the production on this will show $10,000 investment.
Absolutely.
Make sure you smile.
I'm smiling.
You got a killer smile.
Thank you.
Now let me ask you, you were originally supposed to make little Santa Claus hats for all of these beautiful birds.
I did.
What happened to them?
I lost them. I ran into a guy that wrote books about mice.
Oh!
I was able to sell the little hats to him for the mice, and they put them in fireplaces and stuff for Christmas. It looked very nice.
That's nice. Let me ask you something. Now, your father wrote many books.
He did.
About all the species of birds. Penguins, sparrows, doves, crows, ravens. But when your father was dying, you may remember when he was dying.
I do.
It was a slow, hideous, painful death.
Those condors pecked him to hell. Little at a time.
I remember.
It was a terrible critique on that book.
I remember his last scream. It was bird-like. Anyway, he was writing, I think, 2 volumes, and it was on the condor. Maybe that's why they killed him. I don't know.
It's possible.
But your father published several volumes of books about how the illnesses of birds, like the Birdman of Alcatraz.
Yes.
Who was a homosexual. Your father knew him.
Yes.
Do you think your father and him did anything?
Well, they had a parakeet together. So it's possible.
I knew a parrot he had. It spoke 5 languages, but it didn't say anything. Now, I want to ask you something.
Yes.
What happened to all that work? Your father put about 5 years of work into that last book, and then he died. Where's the book?
Well, it was a 4,000-page volume. It was huge. It wasn't published, but we are still using it. We lined the bottom of the bird cages with it.
I think that's a good way to remember your father.
It is.
Yeah. You know, I asked your father to invest in my company, and he refused.
Well, he has no vision.
No, and we walked out of the house, and I told him the birds reminded me of him because the birds were all going, cheap, 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 cheap.
I agree with that.
You like the way I snuck that in there?
I do.
Okay, now,
We're married now.
but no, the Birdman of Alcatraz was a homosexual.
Yes,
And maybe it was rude of asking if your father was a homosexual because obviously you're here.
I'm here.
Now, you have written some books. Tell the YouTube audience about your books.
And you're able to buy these books on Amazon.
Now, just let me point out, your father wrote serious books. The care and feeding of like some unusual exotic bird. An ostrich.
Yes.
Is an ostrich a bird?
An ostrich is a bird. It's the size of a cow, but it's a bird.
There's another bird like an ostrich called an emu or a
That's emi.
emi?
Emi.
E-I-E-I-O.
It's French.
Now let me ask you,
Okay.
your books are not serious like your father's. You have comedy books.
Well, they're trying to be serious, but the Elusive Eagle is one. It's not a bestseller, but it's out there.
Yes.
Parakeet Pranks. It should be on anybody's coffee table.
Parakeet Pranks. I think that could be a complete monologue.
The one that I found myself in was Flamingo Fantasies. Now, I don't have any flamingo fantasies, but I learned so much of myself writing that book that I only have one copy.
Let me just tell you about Flamingo Fantasies.
Okay.
When my dad told me about the birds and the bees one night, they found me 2 weeks later at a motel with a flamingo and a jar of honey. Anyway, I just want to tell you, Lars, I want to thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
I want to thank you for investing in my career. But I am very disappointed that we're not able to show white doves and show everybody a white Christmas.
Well, we do have a white Christmas.
Oh! Oh! There it is, folks. A white Christmas. Who knew that the black doves would crap white doo-doo? Now, quick, don't worry about the doves. The ash will leave. We couldn't wash them off because bird feathers have a resistance to water, and our Professor Larson wanted to make sure they were healthy and happy. It will naturally leave. But the white doo-doo's here to give us a white Christmas. And look it, I've got Dave and doo-dooed on me. But I didn't move because I want you to have a white Christmas. I'm not even a statue, and they shit on me. Why not? Everybody else does. Merry Christmas, Big Daddy. Subscribe, Big Daddy knows. Make a wish.